Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted DM, Brian, and boy, have I been excited about this next episode. Let me tell you, it's been, 9 weeks since the other Hard Slingers and myself have finally frequented the Rage Room, finally sat around the table of judgment. Well, this week, we finally have it once again, and with the start of Book 2, The Trial of the Beast. So, before we get started, remember, get in touch with the show at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com. Visit the website at rollthehard20podcast.com. And don't be a stranger to our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And please, whatever podcast app you happen to be listening to the show on, don't forget, give us that 5-star rating and review. It really goes a long way in helping out the show. And finally, what do we got? Oh yeah, top off your glass and warm up your dice. Or is it warm up your dice and top off your glass, as Roll the Hard 20 podcast presents episode 34 of our Carrion Crown run-through, The Road to Lepidstadt.
Girl riding her bike fucking crashes into the back of my truck. I already had like 3 beers in. I was just going for a walk. And this little girl, all scared. I get out of my truck and the mom's like right there, sees me come out all fucking, like, what the fuck happened? I was like, you didn't fucking scratch your bike, did you? She's like, I was like, I'm sorry. That was just like the first thing that had to like pop out of my mouth. I was like,
making some poor little girl cry. Way to go,
no, fuck. The parents were there. It's like, how do you not see a car parked there? It's like noon. What are you, a drunk child?
So anyways, it is I, your trusted DM, Brian, welcoming everyone back once again to the Rage Room. And before we begin, let's have a little recap on Book 1. Yay! No?
Okay.
Yeah. I thought you were just saying that in general.
Yeah,
No, I wanted to put it on out there and see how everyone felt about Book 1, about what brought all the characters together, which was the funeral of Professor Petros Lorrimore, and how those dynamics changed everybody else's investigation procedure through Ravengrow. Eric, what'd you think when the Doctor was first brought on the scene?
When the Doctor first came to Ravengrow and was attending to the Doctor, some of the earlier times he doesn't remember that well, because he wasn't the best Doctor. So even how the Doctor got killed a couple times, he couldn't remember how it happened, because he wasn't there. So as time progressed, pretty much the Doctor, being a traveling doctor, decided to set up shop in town and would hope to, make a good business of healing people. But the Doctor's actions sometimes kind of made people wary of him. Some people trusted him, but most of the people that trusted him wound up dead. So,
well, how did you play the Doctor though? Like more of a standoffish or less knowledgeable about that?
Yes, I kind of less knowledgeable about all that stuff. But at the same time, I played the Doctor, like I said, kind of as a traveling businessman that at the end of the day, he's here to be a capitalist and just make his money.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll edit it out.
We'll edit it in post.
We?
Brian, you will do it.
I'll send you the file. Now, Junior, you came on board as somebody who couldn't get his headphones on.
I'm going to take that as an opportunity.
Too many swivels.
So, Junior, when Oust first came into Ravengrow, he didn't know that the professor was dead.
No, he actually found out on the way. So he was actually anticipating to meet a live professor.
One night only?
One night only. So the news to him that he passed away was actually really shocking, and especially hearing it from someone that he just recently met.
Because he just met Talos at the time. But Talos, you Kush, you knew as Talos that you were going there for a funeral.
Yeah. So I think Talos almost let it slip, and then I think it was during the first actual full session is when Talos let Aus know what was going on.
I think you
Kind of
handed
like
me
a-
like a letter, didn't you? Or
Yeah,
like
'cause yeah, it's kind of like a weird thing to tell someone that you just met. It's like, hey, this person you're going to meet is dead.
Happy trails.
Yeah.
Nick, now you weren't Erwin at the time. You were Ermin at the time, one of your multitude of monk clones. But he was there to pay homage to the professor as well. So all four of you ended up coming together for this poor man's funeral, with the exception of Oust, who was just there to meet him. And that's when you guys got caught up in the dynamics of the town of Ravengrow.
Right.
How was your character's thought process, and how did you react with him doing all that stuff?
Ermin initially, when he was still alive.
Yeah, well, I'm sure his thoughts changed when the deceased professor actually ended it for him.
So yeah, he initially came to Ravengrow to pay respects to the professor. He met him in passing, kind of in his youth, and he found out the professor died. He came to the funeral, was kind of intrigued by all the kind of weird stuff that was happening, and unfortunately, the professor actually came back to kill his former acquaintance, and fortunately, he actually sent out a letter to his monk brother Ermin, or Erwin, shit. I always get them confused.
Not the only one.
Unfortunately, Erwin wasn't there to save Ermin's life, but he kind of took his place and wanted to kind of figure out what was going on in Ravengrow, to kind of figure things out and to kind of make sure that his death wasn't kind of in vain.
Now, just out of curiosity, is there anybody that Erwin might have sent a letter off to for future use?
I don't think so at
Okay.
the moment. You never know.
We can handle it
He could maybe just
retroactively.
like
Erdwin.
send off a raven to someone else. I don't know.
Now, I don't want to tie us up too long before we begin this session, but it took you guys 12 sessions before you actually got into the Harrowstone prison, and then try to achieve the annihilation of the 5 haunts, the Jackson 5 Harrowstone haunts. I think you call them that, right, Junior?
I can't remember.
Yeah. Not sober, you can't. What was everybody's thought process with dealing with that? Because it's called a haunting of Harrowstone.
It was definitely a tough battle. Not even like the five spirits alone, but just the prison itself. There were a lot of times we walked into areas and we're just unprepared and got ambushed.
Yeah, you never know like what was around like a certain corner. Like if you're going to encounter like one of the actual 5 haunts, or just like any other like skeletons or something.
Something
Sentient-
incorporeal.
you guys
just-
took-
Yeah.
you guys
Sentient
brought up-
ovens.
You guys
fit
took
small boys.
obscure ways through it. I mean, not that it was bad, but I mean, I had prepared thinking you guys were going to go from the first floor to the second floor, and you guys ended up going down to the Hell's Basement, and I think you took out the Mosswater Marauder, and then you dealt with the Grey Ooze, and then you actually made your way around to the Splatter Man, which was supposed to be like one of the final bosses. So, but you guys,
We
you kicked
took-
some serious ass.
We took joy in ruining all your notes and preparation.
You totally did. I mean, it got to the point where I had to note the entire AP. That was what was so bad about it. I was like, well, fuck it. I might as well just read the whole thing and just have it prepped.
Yeah.
Which is where I think when you guys found the keys on the lopper, it had URST and something else or whatever. There's
I don't
5
remember,
different
but
5
yeah,
different
I do
keys,
remember that, yeah.
and that's how they.
STUR.
There it is. You just note it's right next to all the random numbers he wrote down.
Yeah.
Cell blocks.
But that's how they had it. It would be the U section of the book and the R section of the book. And so I just made notes based on that. Anyways, enough with the recap for tonight. For now, we'll hit up other recaps later on. But now that Koosh finally decided to show up, I appreciate it, Koosh. Thanks for making time for the rest of it.
So good. I can leave now if you want.
No, we're okay. We'll keep you around for a little while longer. You just got to stay and
Since we
clean
got
up while
you.
everybody else leaves. Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted DM, Brian, and I am not alone. I have with me in the rage room, seated around the table of judgment, the Hard Slingers. Yeah. Tearing that shit up. And we are gathered here for one reason. To start Carrion Crown Book 2, The Trial of the Beast. So it's been about 9 weeks since we've been seated here face to face. And before we begin the episode, however, I want to remind everyone to leave us a 5-star rating on whichever podcast app you listen to the show on. Write us at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com because we want to hear from you. And don't forget to visit the website at rollthehard20podcast.com. And once again, we ask for your support. Yeah. Head on over to patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast. For as little as $1 a month, you too can be a hard slinger. Hell, Junior, practically giving that away.
Practically giving it away.
Give it away, little as $1. So don't be a stranger.
So coordinated.
Sequential swimming team here.
I only opened my first beer, okay?
Okay, now on to the business of having fun. Let's break out volume number 2 here. Is everybody ready?
Question is, are you ready?
No.
Fuck yeah. Trust me, I'm not. You know what's funny is when we were Skyping the game, we'd ring into Koosh at like 7:15. He'd be till 7:45 preparing. What the fuck were you preparing to get here so late?
What? I get home at 7. So,
I thought you were working at home.
Right?
no, I have to run errands until 7.
Oh.
So I basically drive, and then I get back at 7.
Whatever.
And then I run to Skype at that point.
So at the
Hard
end,
times we're living in.
tough times. I got to go down and get Twizzlers. So at the end of book 1, we found our heroes getting underway, leaving the town of Ravengrow to deliver Professor Lormore's books to Dr. Montagny Crowell and Judge Embreth Dermid, who both reside in the academic city of
Lepidstadt.
Lepidstadt. Very good. So as the 4 of you make your way to the northern end of Ravengrow in preparation for your journey to Lepidstadt, you find yourself standing in front of the unfurling scroll. Moments later, you see Alendru Groven come out, perhaps to greet you or perhaps to send you off, and he kind of waves at the group as you guys are standing there, and he scans you up and down, and he kind of frowns for a moment, and he says, well, I've come to bid you farewell on your journey to... where's Talos at?
Talos said he had to run and investigate on his own agenda. He said he will regroup with us later. I'm not sure if he's going to catch up with us here at Ravengrow or if he knows that we're going to be heading towards Lepidstadt.
Lepidstadt? Well, I hear they're having a big deal going on up there at Lepidstadt. A trial of some sorts. It's turned the place into a regular carnival.
I like carnivores.
Yes, you should. And you should also know it's about 100 miles north from here. And I imagine that depending on your foot speed, it'd probably take you approximately 3 to 4 days to get there. And what you find on the road during your journey may possibly make it longer. He looks at the group still, and he looks at the Warforged, and his brow furrows even deeper, and he leans towards Irwin, and he says, I know the history of those things, and I don't trust them. There's this preservation command that was once used to shut down the Warforged units if they got out of control during the war. It might help you to know this word. The word is Blood Rise. And if you ever need to use it, I suggest you pray that it has not already been used on this one, because the command can only be used once. But you didn't hear that from me. At that, you hear the children behind him start, Professor, Professor. And he turns around, yes, children, I'll be in just a moment. I just want to bid the 4 of you, 3 of you, a good journey. And please watch your back. And if you see Talos, tell him all is forgiven about the Ion Stone.
Can I
Thank you.
get that in writing?
He walks away from you, thereby leaving the northern road out of Ravengrow open to traverse. Now, I'm going to flip over this here beautiful map.
Jesus.
Fancy.
This is
Went
our
all out.
This is our fucking
Damn.
Oregon Trail, man.
Here
This
we
is
go.
beyond my map drawing
All right,
abilities.
Okay.
no one get bit by a rattlesnake.
You'll notice that my pin just fell down. You see that lake right there, Lake Lias?
Yeah.
Yes, right to the south of it is Ravengrow.
That's how you
Lepidstadt,
spell Ravengrow.
Lepidstadt is approximately 100 miles to the north. You'll see right under the word it says Vayland. That's it, right there. So you're going to want to travel north.
Seems like there's a lot of rivers we have to cross.
Yep. We gotta forge
Or
those
lakes.
rivers.
Oh God.
Make a
Gonna lose a lot of oxen, that's for sure.
make a nature check, everybody. Be careful when you dig in that dice, Doc. I don't want you to get the 1 out of 100 that's going to kill you.
Oh, I found it.
Irwin,
10.
Doctor.
1.
Oh, fuck. Tonrex,
13.
13. Oust,
18.
18.
Oh, there we go. Our druid knows nature.
To the other three of you, with the exclusion of Oust, one way would seem just as good as the next. However, Oust, because you did traverse south when you entered Ravengrow, you know that going to the east side of this lake is probably not as efficient as it would be going to the west side of it. You know that that way would probably, it might seem a little longer, but it would be easier to traverse because there would be fewer waterways that you'd have to cross over.
All right. I believe we should travel west. It may take us a few extra hours, but it's definitely the safer road.
Through the mountains?
Yes, it's less crossing of rivers and lakes. I came down this way earlier, before I was acquainted with you guys.
Can we not forge the river?
Well, you don't have to climb the mountains. You guys could skirt
Just
the
hug
mountains.
around the lake.
I mean, if Alice feels like it's the best route, then
What about you, Tweaky? Beady beady beady. You got anything going on over there or what?
Tonrex is more of a follower, unlike Talos.
We'll program Tom Rex. Okay, so Tom Rex, 2 votes.
I will vote with you.
If you feel that way is better, then we'll go that way. But I don't know. Mountain passes don't seem as safe as open valleys and rivers. But
Well,
you've
at least we'll-
come this way at least. So.
At least we'll cross around the first lake. I remember a few lakes on the way, but I believe this would be the safer choice.
Is there anything on the way we have to be aware of?
Just be cautious through the tall grass. That's further north. But other than that,
Are you worried about Pokemon?
I was about to make that. Okay.
I was thinking velociraptors or something.
clever girl.
Fucking Weedles.
What are you guys
No
gonna do?
Pokemon.
I don't know. There's no Pokemon. What are you guys doing? Are you?
I guess.
Is that what you decided?
Yeah,
to
the
do?
doctor pretty much said if that the doctor doesn't agree, but if Alice has come from that way before, I trust at least he kind of knows that way. Thinks it's better than going the easier route through the flatland. I'm willing to try it out.
Erwin, you're all oiled up, ready to go.
oiled up and ready to go.
All right.
Ready to head west.
Okay.
Erwin, do you have oil to spare?
Plenty.
Have we ever clarified? Do you grease yourself or you just secrete it?
I don't think I secrete it. I don't think we ever established
I think it's a good
what I oil
50-50.
myself up with.
Or you just oil yourself up so much that it's just constantly in the pores?
That's why his dex is so high. You know? It's not so much that you can't hit him. It's just everything's a glancing blow.
Yeah.
Every private moment I have, I'm just constantly just rubbing,
Every
rubbing my
private
body.
moment. Got to go to the privy again. As you guys travel north, you notice that much of the color in the land has started to turn to different shades of gray. And it's not just the land, it's possibly your mood as well. After everything that's happened back in Ravengrow, it would not shock a sane person that a dark mood begins to settle on everyone and everything else that's around here. So the early part of your journey to Lepidstadt begins, and after several hours walking, traversing these roads, you mingle with other groups that are heading in like directions and then eventually start peeling off, and you keep going. You approach Lake Lias and you make your way around the west side of it. And ahead you see what appears to be the remains of what might have once been some kind of a castle, some kind of a structure, because enough of it remains to be identifiable as a citadel it once was. Still at about 300 yards off, I want everybody to go ahead and make a perception check. Erwin.
19.
Doc.
25.
Tonrex.
5.
Oh, shit.
16.
16. Tonrex, you're not pulling your own weight.
I'm trying to find where Erwin hides his oil.
You guys notice that there appears to be some kind of a broken, cracked sign, and it says Castle and Dachi on it. Oh. Now, everybody over... What'd you get again, Erwin?
19.
19. Doc, you got a what?
25.
25.
24.
24.
Sorry. It wasn't 24. It was 16.
Okay.
It's very different.
Yeah, very different.
Not only do you notice this placard, but you can also tell from this distance that this place is not vacant. You see smoke kind of rising up. It appears as though there was maybe some kind of a campfire or something.
What time of day is it again?
Campfire from outside the walls, or
It looks like it's from inside, but the structures are broken. It doesn't have a roof any longer. You could tell that some of the parapets have crumbled. The access leading into the grounds have been blown apart. But it looks like it's been that way for a long time. And the smoke appears to be rising from maybe the central courtyard beyond where the parapets would be.
I'm sorry, did you say what time of day it was?
I'm sorry, I did not. It's probably about 4:30.
No. Okay. Daylight saving time?
It's still the same day that you said goodbye to Kendra, said goodbye to James Keller, did all your stuff in Ravengrow, and made it this far.
Is where Kendra moved on this map?
Yes, it is.
It was something hill, wasn't it?
Carrion.
Carrion Hill. I believe it
Carrion Hill.
is to the east,
She moved far.
She moved far.
Far
Man, she wanted to put
away.
some distance.
Damn.
right here.
Jesus.
Got to start new.
She might not even make the journey there.
It's a whole different state. That's just done. All right.
It does look far away.
All right, so it's getting a little late, but it does seem like someone's already here. Do you think we should try to make camp and see who's inside this place?
I say we just approach the castle and see if we can stay the night. Maybe they need some doctor services, or if anyone needs beaten up, or if anyone needs to see a smoke show with a druid. Who knows?
Ooh.
Different smoke show.
Sorry. Got carried away.
Should we approach stealthily then? I mean, I don't know how much Tom Rex will be in
Smoke
stealth.
show or stroke show?
No. If anything, we should just approach it regularly and just keep our fingers crossed.
Announce ourselves to the campsite.
Yeah.
Okay, as you guys are making your way towards it, you cover the first 100 yards. 200 yards away, you see a wagon out front with a horse. Go another 100 yards, so you're 100 yards away from it, and you notice that the wagon's got a broken wheel, and the horse is not upright, it's actually on its side. Looks like it's got a broken leg, and it's not moving. And from there, you can still see inside the courtyard itself. You still see the smoke rising up from there.
Can we see what the wagon carries? If it carries something, or if there's like traces of stuff that was left over?
Sure, do you go up to the wagon, or you stay in 100 yards back still, or how? Tell me how you want to approach this. What you want to do.
Fuck it. I'll walk up to the... Tom will walk up to the wagon and inspect it.
So you walk up to the wagon, and you notice that the wagon itself has got some some trunks in there.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a history check also.
Sure. That is better. 19 for the history check.
19. Where's the rest of the group? Are you beside him or?
I'm still 100 yards back.
Okay.
I'd say I'm adjacent, but I want to see the smoke coming from the courtyard.
Okay.
What type of smoke it is? Like, is it a campfire? Is it shit burning?
It seems like a campfire. Erwin, where are you at? Are you with these guys? Or are you back here with Oust?
I'm back with Oust.
Tonrex, you're not familiar too much with the populace of Ravengrow, but you were with the rest of this group when they were bidding farewell to a friend of theirs, a female that was leaving Ravengrow, and this looks exactly like that wagon.
God,
This friend of yours seems to have gone the wrong way, no?
it's just like an anime.
Go ahead and put yourselves near the wagon, Oust, and
Do you still have the mini for Tonrex? Oh, there it is.
yeah, that's Tonrex, and those other two guys are back there. You said you're up there by the wagon,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So, Doc, you creep around to see whether or not there is a what's making the fire, correct?
Yeah, I just want to see if it's like a campfire or if it's like buildings burning kind of thing. Just to make sure we didn't just walk into a freshly ambushed area.
So you go around the wall then to take a big.
Yeah, I'll be there.
You see a fire pit right in the middle of the courtyard, and you see two men standing beside it. These guys out here, they look just like the guys that you saw in front of Kendra's house.
Rad.
Two of them. Make a survival check.
22.
22. As you're looking at these two men, they're sitting there on the ground. They stand up. They're about 10 feet away from the fire pit, though. And you notice that there is just an excessive amount of wood on this fire. They're not cooking anything, just a lot of wood. Really got this fire ramped up.
Interesting.
And they see you. And they look at you and they say, "We had a feeling you'd be coming this way. Telek said to make sure that you don't cause Kendra any more problems." He raises a hand and he aims at you. And let's roll some initiative.
No, of course it was shitty.
Damn it.
Doctor,
8.
Oust,
6.
Erwin,
6.
Good job, guys.
Tonrex,
We're all doing good.
14.
14.
Fuck yeah.
I was wondering if I was going to go first. Who's got the highest dex between Doc and Oust and Erwin?
+2.
+1.
Really?
What? Really? For a monk?
Yep.
Dude,
my
we had this
Lord.
conversation so many times.
Well, I
And
think
it's
we're still in
still-
shock.
it's still
We're still in
shock.
shock.
It's the way I rolled when I create the character.
Ah.
So, Tonrex, from your station at the back of this busted up wagon, you see the doc go towards the wall of this courtyard. Looks around, you hear somebody talking to him. You kind of see him straighten up as though shocked by something. What do you do?
All right. Tonrex is going to move towards the dock.
You turn that corner and you see two of the men that were at Kendra's house.
Okay. Yeah, while he's walking up to the dock, he's going to say, "Why have you..." And then, as soon as he turns the corner, his one good eye turns red, and then
Murder mode.
the hand goes in, and out comes a firebolt from this
God damn it.
nat 1.
Oh, yeah. You're going to need that dex save. Doc is right next to you, too.
I don't think that passes. What is it, dex? No, it's not good.
Not good?
Not a good dex.
What is it?
5.
That fails. Okay. Roll to hit Doc.
Well, I already rolled 2 damage.
You got to roll to hit him, though.
Oh, roll to hit him now.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's gonna fail.
Okay. Doc, you see this round go off right next to your head. as Tonrex doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. When the one individual next to the campfire raised his hand and aimed at you, you see this figure stand up on the parapet in the center. He's got 2 targets, 1, 2, 3 for Tonrex, 4, 5, 6 for the doc. He looks at the doc and he fires down an arrow at you. 13?
Matches.
That's good enough. For 5 points of damage as this arrow rains down on you.
Does it rain down? It's fucking a bolt right in my shoulder, man. That's a lot.
Doc, you take this arrow in your shoulder. You know that you're getting assaulted from above. You know that these 2 men are also part of this. Definitely part of it. What are you going to do? You hear them yelling towards each other. Get them. They'll never find out what's going on. Fuck you, metal boy. You little metal dick.
The archer that shot at me, is he within 30 feet of me?
He is within 30, but he's elevated too, about 20 feet up. So I don't know what's that angle?
What is it?
30 and 20.
30, 20. Yeah, it's basically 90.
30 and 20.
What the fuck?
Wait, no, we're talking about this one.
Yeah, sine,
this way.
cosine, and tangent. So that's
It's
a tangent. What is it?
it's like
Pythagorean's
between-
theorem. It's easy shit.
It's between 30 to 40.
I need to know because if he's more than 30,
Are you looking
I'm
this
gonna
up
pick
right
someone
now?
else.
No,
No.
I'm looking at something else.
Of course not.
Let's see. Okay, by the map, if we take a pick, he's 5, 10, 15, 20, he's 30. There's no way I would hit him at an elevation.
Okay.
All right, perfect.
Okay, so the first one I see directly in front of me that's holding the 2 swords. I'm going to use the cantrip Infestation on him.
Okay, what is that? What do I have to do?
Constitution saving throw.
Constitution. I love it. 19?
Passes as my leeches fly past him.
Sizzling in the heat of this fire that he's semi behind right now.
And I will use the rest of my action to move behind the wagon
Okay.
to take cover.
One of the 2 that's next to the fire pit sides up to you, Tonrex. We never got that little tool right there. As he's running towards you, you see him pull out these 2 scimitars and attack. And both of them will miss. The other one pulls out a dagger and throws it at you. That will hit for 4 points of damage. And then you see him move across, almost behind the guy that's attacking you. Doctor, as you run behind this cart, between the cart and this dead horse on the ground, you see the horse start to move a little as you see another man rise up from where the horse was laying, move towards you and attack. Oh, the hard 20
oh, no.
and an 18. To back up the hard 20. Oh. Uh, 12 points of damage.
Shit. It's fine. We have plenty of HP now, right?
Oust. From where you are, beside Irwin, you see that this shit just went from curiosity to murderosity. Everything is going sideways. You see Tonrex back up slightly from behind the courtyard. You see the doc, having gone into the courtyard, run away. You see a man pop out of the corpse of this dead horse. Everything's going wild.
Irwin, I believe shit has hit the fan.
I believe
I believe
that.
I believe shit
That's what I
has
get
hit
for
the
making
fan.
fun of fucking talking in a certain way. I'll place my hand on his shoulder and grace him with
Slides off.
I'll put it back on his shoulder again. Enhance ability, and I will give him Bear's Endurance. And I'm just actually looking.
Does he turn into a bear or does he just get the...
No, he gets a.
Now he's
buff
hairy
to-
and greasy.
Ooh.
Sorry, I'm just trying to see what it is exactly.
Now you guys are still 100 yards away from the
Jesus
shit that's
fucking
going on.
Christ.
Bear Endurance gives him 2d6 temporary hit points, which gives him 6 points temporary hit points.
Thank you.
All right. Are you going to move
And
anywhere?
I actually am going to move. Is this open? And these are walls, I would assume, right?
They're broken walls, but yeah, they're about between 15 to 25 feet high, depending on how much damage they have sustained.
So I'm actually going to be underneath. I'm going to double move and wait.
Well, even at 100 yards away,
Yeah, you're technically here. We made a mistake. You shouldn't be on this.
I
you're
shouldn't
not
be
even
on-
on. You're
okay.
back there by Kush's lap.
Okay. How far can I move up to
You can move.
Put them on the edge of the map.
on the edge of the map?
Yeah, put them on the edge of the map.
All right. So where we were kind of
Yeah.
originally.
But he's still back there.
Damn, we far.
Yeah.
Irwin, you're left alone in the giant grass with the Velociraptor and the Pokemon.
So I'm going to dodge the Pokemon, the Velociraptors, and I'm going to move 40 feet.
Okay.
That's my movement speed, and then my bonus action, I'm going to do Step of the Wind. So I'm going to use the dash action for that. And I'm actually going to dash up towards the doctor.
So put them halfway then. Yeah. There you go. Because of how far you guys were out.
Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
are still 100 yards out.
Yeah.
Can you do anything else?
No.
Tonrex.
Lather up.
To lather up. I take my action to lather. Now that there's someone immediately in front of him, Tonrex is going to bring out the arm blade, and he's going to swing at the dude in front of him. I crit.
Oh,
Yeah.
good job.
I got the ampersand dragon on this dice.
Back it up.
Let's go. I got another 20.
Oh, yeah.
God damn.
Back it
Hell
up.
yeah.
Back it up again.
And now 2.
Okay, so max damage twice.
Max damage twice.
Yeah.
That
But
would
but
be
only the bonus on the
bonus
first one.
ones.
Yeah.
That'd be 21 damage. Slashing damage. Let's just clean
So-
it up.
Tom Rex.
In book 2, tell me how it's done
Ooh.
in the first combat.
I think it's since it was 2 good crits, it's gonna be 2 good cleaves across his chest. So first one slashes across the chest, and then coming back the other way, cleaves straight into the shoulder and cuts the collarbone down to the heart before
Now-
it stops.
As a war combatant, such as Tonrex is,
Yeah.
has he seen a lot of battle?
I guess not recently, but definitely in the past. It's
Okay.
a ton.
Is it coming back to him?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Very good.
Wait, in Tom Rex's, would it be the past or the future?
Dude, let's not get that deep.
We're gonna do that again, huh? That's in the past. What was it, 50 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Because that was during Warden Hochgren's time. So Tonrex, as you dispatch one of these, we don't really know what they are, who they work for.
And I do not care.
You see the archer pop up over the parapet again and fire down on you, striking the wall and missing. You see him duck back down. Doctor, you're currently engaged with this man who was hiding. Pops up right next to you, taking a couple of attacks on you. What are you going to do?
I'm going to pull out one of my syringes and attempt to hit him with a melee attack.
Okay,
That is a 15 to hit.
that hits.
And inside that is the
Shit.
equivalent of
50 cc's of morphine.
no, it's inflict wounds.
Oh.
So I'm going to inject him with
Oh, shit.
what is that? I can't do math. 17 plus 7, 20,
24.
no,
24.
24 points of damage.
As you stick this hypodermic in him, squeeze down the plunger, and just make this motherfucker OD on this shit. Tell me how you kill this guy. How he suffers through what you've injected him with.
Pretty much it is a concoction that congeals the blood in a person. So as I inject him with it, he instantly goes stiff and turns blue and just falls like a rock to the ground.
And that is the end of him. Flip that sucker over here. The other one sees you, Tonrex, the one that was behind his buddy, about 15 feet away. You see him throw 2 more daggers at you. 14?
Nope.
17?
Nope.
Wow.
My AC is 18.
Holy shit. I was ready to roll damage on you.
Damn.
Just bounces off the metal.
You see him move back behind some of the rubble. Gotta do what he's gotta do.
Gotta do my best RoboCop impression.
Oust.
You gotta shoot the dick off.
Yeah.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
Is going to double move, which will probably leave him still underneath.
Yeah, that'll put him underneath the parapet. There you go. I'm sure the math is totally wrong, but I gotta get you in this.
Yeah, it's good enough.
Nah, I counted earlier.
Yeah.
Whatever.
70 feet of movement, yo.
Yo, what's 100 yards?
100 yards is about
300
30
300 feet.
Yeah,
Oh.
333.
Whatever. Your map is not big enough.
Okay, so you make it underneath the
Said.
parapet. Let us say you were closer.
All right.
Rule of cool, man. We're
Rule
here
of cool.
to have fun. I'm not here to measure out
Double
common
move.
core.
I think that's all I can
Or
do.
common sense. Okay, that's it. Irwin, you watch Ouse leave, run right to the base of this parapet that you see this archer occasionally pop up, fire down, pop up, fire down. What are you gonna do?
At the moment of at the start of my movement, do I see the archer at all?
You did. You saw him pop up, fire towards the front of the downed wagon. You really can't tell who's there from that distance, but you did see him pop up and fire.
But is he under cover again?
Yeah, he pops back down.
Okay. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna move and then use Step of the Wind again to run towards Tonrex.
Okay.
Get towards him.
Was that 70 feet?
It's probably
Yeah.
enough.
It's gonna make it.
I'm just going to say it's enough. There you go. Yeah, there we
Winded, lays on the ground.
That's the state
that's
I'm
it.
used
That's
to
it?
seeing him
Okay.
in, so I just left him.
Tonrex, as you're under fire, you see this streak come up behind you. Winded, perhaps handing you a bottle of oil.
Yeah,
What-
I apply some to the gears, and then I make my best RoboCop impression and move 60 feet. No, sorry, 30 feet menacingly towards the guy that threw a dagger at me.
Good deal. Okay.
And as I can't reach, again, put the arm blade away and then shoot out a fire bolt.
Okay, he's behind partial cover.
Okay,
So
so I have, is that like, he has a higher AC or something?
it's -2 to the attack.
Okay. It's going to miss.
Okay. You see it strike the rubble that he's hiding behind. Again, you see the archer pop up. He's got 3 targets that he can see because he can't see Oust being directly beneath him. 1, 2 for Tonrex, 3, 4 for the monk, and 5, 6 for the doc, but the doc is behind partial cover. He's going to fire at you, doc. 2 with a -2, 0. Misses. You see this arrow just fly by, and he ducks back down. What are you going to do, Doc?
Well, now that he's ducked back down, is this a destroyed?
That's a parapet.
Okay. I'm going to go.
Stand that monk up.
All right. From where I'm at here, the enemy that Tonrax was running toward, do I have a clear shot at him?
No, he's behind partial cover right now.
How does that work with cantrips?
I have
Anyone know?
no idea.
What kind of cantrip is it?
It's a dex save.
If you can see him, that's fine.
Okay.
So just tell me.
But
what I
does he
need to do.
take anything? Does he get like +2 to a save?
No.
I don't know. Okay.
No, not if it's a vision to a spell.
just-
If it's anything that's being fired at him,
Yeah, I'm just throwing
Yeah,
Sacred
okay.
Flame at him. So dex save.
Dex save?
Yeah.
18.
Passes as it flies over his head.
All right. He looks at you, Tonrex, sees you coming towards him. You see him not reach for daggers this time. You see him pull out these 2 axes. They almost look like scythes. And he runs towards you. La, 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 la. Brings the first one down. 15, misses. Second one, 19.
That's going to hit.
Okay, about fucking time. For 8 points of damage.
Okay.
Oust. You're at the base of this parapet. From what you've been able to hear and from what you've seen of your allies, you know that there's somebody in this parapet that's raining down arrows on people.
Quick perception to see if I could find stairs or a way to get up.
Okay.
That is 15.
15. As you look through the rubble, you notice that there is a ladder in the center of this parapet that leads up. Most likely to a trapdoor where this guy is at right now.
All right. I would like to make my way. Do I have enough movement to get up the stair to the trapdoor?
Yeah, that'll lead you at 30 feet.
Okay. Then I will make my way to the trapdoor and just ready.
Okay. Irwin, you see Tonrex is now engaged hand to hand with this other assailant. You see the doc has moved away from the wagon. Irwin is still where you are, because I've just described you. And you saw Oust disappear into the parapet, most likely going to go confront the archer that's raining down on you.
Yeah.
It's possible he's waiting for you to poke your head out, too.
It's possible, yeah. So since I can't see the archer right now.
You don't care.
Exactly.
Out of sight.
So I'm going to try to get a better angle on the assailant down here.
Okay.
Towards
He's out of
Tonrex?
partial cover right now, so.
He's out of partial.
Yes, he's out of the cover now.
Yeah.
But he's right in front of Tonrex.
He's engaged.
So I'm going to move. So I'm going to move 30 feet to the east or whatever.
Okay. West, actually.
30 feet
West.
towards the
Yeah,
DM.
where's our north?
Yeah, where is north?
You're at north. Sorry.
This is north?
That's north.
Okay, good to know. So yeah, just 30 feet, and I'm just going to pull out my longsword, or not my longsword, my longbow,
Okay.
and just ready it.
Alrighty. Again, the archer pops up. He's got 3 targets. 1, 2 for Irwin. 3, 4 for the doc. 5, 6 for Tonrex. For the doc, pulls back on the string and rolls a 1. Gonna make that save.
Since mine's ready.
The string comes off the limb.
Perfect.
Wait, what?
I was going to say, since I was ready in my action, can I...
Oh, yeah. What do you want to do?
Take a shot at him.
Yeah, I want to break through the trap door and produce flame.
Okay, as you pop through the door, you see him startle, causing his bow to come unstrung. You produce flame at that moment. Tell me what you're going to do.
I'm going to try to hit him with it, and that is going to be 19 to hit.
Yes, yes. Roll me some damage.
Oh, hold on.
Max.
It's not a D8, though. That's what I was trying to
Oh,
say.
what the?
That's like when I threw it on the ground, I was like, that's not a
every
D8.
time.
I got excited to grab the wrong dice. That is 5 points of damage.
5.
When you guys all said max damage, I'm like, that's the wrong dice.
Max damage. Just give me a die. Some with a lot of numbers, a lot of sides.
Dude. Thorn whip him through the trap door.
He's not smaller than me, though.
That's true. I don't know. I don't know how big the trap door is.
So that was your ready
That
action.
was my ready action.
Doctor.
Wait, you skipped me.
No, I didn't.
Irwin went, and then DM1 went, and then Tonrex is on top.
Didn't you attack? Oh, sorry. All right. Well, maybe the DM1 was readying his action. Sorry, Tonrex. Go for it.
Now that Tonrex is in melee with this guy, Armblade comes back out, and he's going to take a swing at him. That is 19 to hit,
That'll hit.
and 12 points of damage as he slashes into this guy.
Fuck. Doctor.
All right, Doc's gonna move just a little bit to get a clearer vision on the enemy fighting Tonrex and cast Infestation at him. So that's a con save.
On save. 6.
So that fails as the doctor throws his leeches. He takes 5 points of poison damage and has to roll a d4 to move.
In a random direction.
It is a random direction. I don't think it's full movement though.
You want to do a D4 or a D8?
I mean, we can do D8 if we want to include north, northeast, south. Crap.
Look at there.
West.
Northwest.
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 this way.
Oh, this way, towards me.
Oh, yeah,
Between
there's
Nick
that
and
way.
I.
That way.
Yeah.
Between Nick and I. How far?
How far?
Hold on, sorry. I forgot to write that down. 5 feet. So it's only 1 square.
Is that force movement, or do I get an opportunity attack?
It's force movement.
Okay.
Because it's against his will.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
no.
he's pretty much just
Yeah,
covered
yeah.
in leeches. And the doctor will use the rest of his movement to go there.
Oh, okay. So you move closer towards him.
Yes.
The individual that's in the parapet, attacked by this surprise individual whom he did not see, takes his bow, which is now destrung, and strikes down at you with the bow like a staff. 13.
13 misses.
You see him poke down at you, trying to get you to get knocked down this ladder.
Surprise, motherfucker.
That was the second one, right?
Yeah.
No, fuck, I fucked up. I mixed those two. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I'll make the other guy go on the DM one. Oust. You see this guy poke at you.
As he misses, I'm actually going to take out my scimitar and strike down.
You're still on the ladder, right?
Oh, then I'll move all the way back up then.
Okay, you pop up,
Pop up,
attack with the scimitar.
attack with the scimitar. That is 18 to hit
18 will hit.
for, sorry, 3 points of damage.
You see him try to block this blow somehow with this wedge of wood in his hands, takes it in the forearm, and still manages to get through his guard. Irwin, you've lined yourself up for whatever you want to do. He's open.
Irwin's going to move about 10 feet to the northwest, and he's going to fire a crossbow arrow at that assailant. 15 to hit
That'll hit.
for 8 points of damage.
8 points. As you strike this man with this arrow, tell me what happens to him as he perishes.
So Ermin pulls back the bow, fires the arrow. The arrow goes straight through the guy's neck.
Oh,
Starts gurgling. And just drops to the ground.
yes. Still infested with these leeches that the doc had spread amongst him as they begin to burrow into his skin.
You're Irwin, by the way.
Whatever.
What?
My brother's soul
He
lives
called
through
himself
me.
Ermin.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
It's been a couple months, okay?
Separated at birth in a world. Tonrex, you see this man perish right in front of you, dead.
Perfect. If Tonrex turns around, does he still see the archer, or is he kind of blocked by his field of view at this point?
No, you see him from about his upper chest to the top of his head, but you don't just see him. You see Oust engaged in combat with this man.
No matter to Tonrex. Tonrex moves forward, moves 15 feet towards the archer, and he's going to fire off a firebolt. Sorry, that's the wrong damage dice.
Jesus.
That's 2, but it's not a 1.
Indiscriminately firing?
Yeah,
Yes.
it fires off.
Love it. You see this bolt fly by the parapet. The man up there briefly has a moment to look and see that it was somebody from down below. Attempts to attack you again, Oust. Still with the unstrung riser of this bow. I think that's going to get you. 20?
20 will hit.
Yeah. For 6 points of damage. Then he disengages from you.
For how many points? Sorry.
6. Disengages from you and hops over the wall onto the adjacent horizontal wall.
Attack of opportunity? No,
No,
disengage.
not on disengagement.
I'm just trying.
Doctor,
Can I still see?
you can see him clear as day now. You can see him full body apparition at this point.
Okay, I'm just gonna move. Just make sure I'm within range and cast Sacred Flame.
Dex save?
Yes.
15?
Fails and takes 2 points of radiant damage.
2. You see him get blasted, but he maintains his his balance on this wall. It's about 3 feet wide. Oust. You see your quarry has just attacked you and jumped down off the other side. As far as you know, he probably hit the ground. You don't know where he went to, though.
I move up to the ledge, try to see if I could locate him.
You see he's about 6 feet below you, standing on a vertical wall that would have been part of the perimeter for this castle.
Try to concentrate and produce flame and toss it at him.
Yeah.
And miss with a 9.
9 will miss. I'm sorry.
9.
9. Irwin.
Irwin's going to turn around and fire an arrow at that guy that just got out of the parapet. 19 to hit.
19. You spit on your heels, knock an arrow, let it fly across this courtyard past the flames.
For another 8 points of
8
damage.
points of damage as you strike him in the back. He loses his grip on the wall, loses his balance on what he's been standing on, and falls into the flames of this oversized bonfire that they had created. You could smell the flesh burning as the clothes start to sear off of his body.
Smells like pork.
Nice.
The other white meat. Good job. You are out of combat.
While I'm in the tower, I like to wave to my companions. Let them know I'm up there.
Tonrix waves back.
And fires.
I duck. Alice wants to make his way back down from the tower and
Okay.
regroup with everyone.
So you make your way back down the tower,
Yeah, we all just,
with the exception of the one who's basically still burning on this now dying inferno. You've got 3 other bodies. They're dead. Sun's starting to really taper down at this point.
well, the doctor wants to go, and the doctor's going to go back and check out the first guy he killed.
Okay.
So I'm back by the dead horse, and I want to investigate that body.
Okay, tell me how you want to investigate him.
Um,
First of all, let me just say, he is wearing the same kind of clothes, with the exception of the cloak that's covering him. Underneath the cloak, though, are the same leather and tan attire that those men were wearing that were escorting Kendra. So you know that this may not be one of those men, but he's definitely dressed like one of those men.
okay, so while I'm at his body by the horse, I'm going to just check all his pockets and everything.
Okay.
Check and see if he's got any jewelry on him.
He doesn't have any jewelry, doesn't have anything of significance that
Any
he's
kind
that
of
he's
like
wearing.
identifier? No, other than his armor, nothing else identifies.
No, he doesn't have anything other than his weapons. It's almost like it's intentional that he doesn't have anything on him.
Okay, well then I'm going to investigate the cart, since I'm next to that now,
Okay.
unless someone else.
You see inside there's about 5 chests. Oust, what are you going to do?
I want to do a quick perception on the fire that they made. Is it just wood or is it like books and stuff?
Okay.
Or
Going to make a perception because you got to imagine it's probably been burning for a while.
okay, that is a 19.
19. You notice that there's a remnant of a chest that's in there. You see that there's all kinds of flammable objects like wood slats, pieces of doors, part of the wagon itself.
With that, shoot, I don't know if produce water actually creates enough to put a fire out that big. I don't know.
Produced water creates a lot of water.
I don't know how
I
much.
I
wasn't-
could be wrong.
I think
I haven't used it in
create
years.
water creates like
Create.
gallons and gallons.
Yeah,
Gallons and
create
gallons.
water does.
Produce water, I don't know what that is.
Last time I used create water was
I thought it was
in
produce
What's Her
water,
Name's-
isn't it? Produce.
Could be either, I don't know.
Oh, maybe I might be wrong.
Last time I used
Been
it
known to
was
be.
with the crab people and What's Her Name's camp.
We'll say right now that it doesn't create enough that you would be able to put this fire out.
Okay, is there anything nearby like a?
It's a dead body.
Well, I can't use a dead body. Like
You
a
can piss on it.
like a plank or something that I could try to get the trunk out.
Oh, I
or
see what
knock
you
it
wanna
out.
do.
Knock it out of the fire.
You see that there is, I'll tell you what, 50% or higher. 29. You don't see anything located on this side of the courtyard. Sorry, fuck, I couldn't remember the name of the damn thing.
Shoot.
I was looking to see what side that guy's bow had landed on.
Okay. Shoot, I don't have anything either. I have my quarterstaff. I don't know if that'd be.
Okay, yeah, try to poke it out.
Try to poke it out.
Yeah.
What do you want me to roll for that?
D20.
And what?
What's your strength?
It's a 12.
12. You nudge it, but it doesn't clear the flames.
Erwin,
It's still in there. Jump in there.
jump in there. Use your oiled body to slick your way through the flames.
Maybe you can make it burn itself out.
I tell him about the trunk. Erwin, there's a trunk in there. I don't know if they were burning important information, but if you can, see if you can knock it out of the flames.
Erwin, what are you going to do?
Okay, as Al says that, I turn towards the fire and run towards it and try to bring out the chest.
Okay. What are you using?
Strength or?
I mean, you actually going to try to grab this thing?
I'm going to try to like quickly kind of like grab
With
it.
your
like,
oily hands?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make it.
Remember,
Make
we got
your
those
strength
temporary
check.
hit points.
Ooh.
No, I don't.
Okay, make a dex save now.
Normally, monks self-immolate for a reason.
14.
14. As you take 2 points of fire damage as these flames eke at your hands. Tonrix, what are you going to do as you watch these two guys fumble around with this fucking chest in this fire pit?
I assume that over there is like a doorway, right?
The doorways they're both broken down.
Yeah.
But even from here, you can easily tell that it's been gutted.
Oh, okay.
It's like all that's remaining of this castle are just a few walls. There's no roof over anything. Rubble has just been sunk in. You could tell that almost the entire hull has been gutted out of this place.
Okay, I guess if that's what it looks like, Tonrex will search for. No, he's gonna look for something else. You can take care of that. Tonrex is gonna try and search for footprints or something to see where Kendra was taken.
Okay.
So he'd probably be following from the wagon to see if it goes anywhere.
Okay, so go towards the wagon and make your nature or survival check.
All right.
Or investigation, actually.
Oh, I'm better at that, but still not great. 14.
14. You just see a bunch of footprints, mostly from what you can tell from these men and you guys, like the doc and yourself and Erwin. You don't see any more than 7 sets of footprints.
Okay. Is there any, like, are any of the footprints deeper, suggesting that someone was like carrying a body?
Not that you can
Okay,
discern
fair
from
enough.
that. No. Go and make it an investigation on the wagon, though.
Okay. It's worse, but it is 9.
9,
Oh, sorry, it's 11.
11.
Yeah.
There's something strange about the wheel and the axle that's not on the wagon itself, but you're not familiar with this.
Okay.
Doc?
Well, the dog made his way to the wagon and saw the 5 trunks and is going to start opening them up
Okay.
to investigate them.
You open up the first trunk. You see there's a bunch of clothes in there. Second trunk, a bunch of hats and shoes. Third trunk appears to be like toiletries. Fourth trunk is empty. And the fifth trunk just has a few novelty knickknacks.
Can I see the dock from where I'm standing? I assume there's nothing there, right?
Yeah, you can see him clearly. Because there's no top
You
on the
see,
wagon.
yeah, furiously just digging through trunks.
Doc, is there any books that we might have missed back at the house before we were locked out?
No, there's no books, but it's weird. There's one empty one, and then this one. There's some knickknacks in here. I don't know if they mean anything.
They definitely look like they were owned by a female.
Well, the whole
clothing.
thing does. She has
Yeah.
like 5 trunks full of shit. One's just toiletries.
I mean, they could
Sounds
have.
about 5 different
Tampons.
all
Corona could have
different
been happening,
conditioners.
and then she just had to hoard up on toiletries.
That's right.
I need all the pallets. No, you don't.
One's full of nothing but toilet paper.
No, but the doctor will like emphasize it's weird that there is one empty one, and wants to do an investigation check.
Okay.
on that one to see if there's any indentations or anything that would hint at what was in it. And that is 17.
17, you see that there appears to be a fine dust in there, but you don't know what the dust is. It's almost like a glassy looking powder, as though something might have been rolling around in there.
I'll just collect some of that and put it in a vial.
Okay.
Keep it in my kit.
Oust.
I also has a feeling there's something in that truck that has an importance that they wanted to get rid of. I'll try again with the quarterstaff. Use a different dice. Try to knock it out, and that is a 12.
12. You push it a little further, but it's still in the flames themselves, to the point where now that chest is almost fully engulfed. Like there's almost
escape.
nothing left of it at this point.
It's a write-off.
Yeah, it's gonna be right off. Damn. I mean, I don't want Irwin to go in bare hand
Again. Irwin, what do you want to do?
Seeing this trunk kind of just like fully engulfed in flames, it's kind of like a lost cause. So he's actually going to turn around and go back to the assailant that was in the northwest corner.
Okay.
He's going to search him, see if he can find like any keys or any notes or anything of like importance. That's a nat 20.
Oh, yeah.
Good job. Hard 20. So you find two things on this guy. You do find a key. Looks like it probably goes to some kind of a lock. And you see a note. And on this note describes in great detail the four of you.
How great a detail.
Well, it talks about some bald young male, Caucasian, well-oiled, wearing leather pants. Lederhosen. Talks about some wood elf, wooden elf, tall, lanky, carrying his weapons and basically his leather clothing. Talks about this metal man with red eyes. Talks about this other figure caped in a long trench coat with some kind of a plague mask. I mean, the odds of maybe one person matching that is fine, but all four of you walking in concert.
Yeah.
This is very recent,
Yeah.
because it doesn't mention Talos.
No, well, also, these were the same guys we saw.
Yeah, but if they were planning this for a really long time, they would have probably mentioned Talos. Because technically it's been, what, maybe 3-4 days since...
Since you saw Talos?
So, yeah.
No, you saw Talos yesterday.
So, okay. So it's even more
No, I'm
recent.
sorry. I take that
We
back.
saw Tom Rex yesterday.
No,
You've seen
because
Tom Rex.
hold on a second.
Talos
Because
has
when
only
you
been a couple days, probably.
when you
Yeah.
guys finished
Yeah.
the fight with Gertis Vorch and Father Charlatan, you guys went back and you rested, and Talos disappeared.
Yes.
The next day you went and fought the Lopper and his minions, and you came back and you had time to burn.
Yeah.
So you spent like 2 days in town, and then Kendra said, "I release you of all your holdings to me," and then you guys left. So that was like only 3 days ago.
Okay, so it's... Yeah, so 3 days. So that's a pretty recent development if they are...
Including Tom
If
Rex.
they're including Tonrex.
Well, you remember how long ago was you saw Kendra, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's like 9 hours ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely...
But they got a
pretty
note, so someone's telling them something. I don't...
I mean, there's people...
I'm just assuming it's not Kendra that's telling them what we look like, you know?
It's a realtor.
No, it's people in town.
Could I do a history check on that guy, see if I remember him like passing by
Sure.
us?
Passing by you? Like on the road with everybody else? Or what do you mean?
Like, were these guys like passing by us with Kendra? Like,
Yeah.
that was
Brian
back
said-
at her house.
yeah.
Yeah, when
no,
she-
we...
So that confrontation.
We got left on the front stoop while she was by, guys.
So you want to
Just
do a
left
history
us.
check to see if he was one of those guys on that wagon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
That'll probably pass. 18.
18. He does appear to be one of those guys.
Okay. So I turned to the group and said, like, I'm not sure if this guy just specifically had all those details about us, or if someone is kind of in charge and relayed those details down to this guy. But someone is tracking us.
Did they mention anything about Kendra?
No.
Who were you talking to when you said you're not going to be bothering Kendra anymore, are you? That was toward me?
Yes, towards your group. Yes.
But that was that when I came
That was the one
around here?
that popped around the corner. That was you, right, Doc? Yes.
All right, so
Okay.
right now I'm the only one that knows that. But all right.
You know that he said that.
Yeah.
Erwin's
he's
put it
putting
together that one of those guys is that guy, but you haven't told anybody that this guy said something directly to you.
Yeah.
Tonrex heard you talking to somebody when he came around, but he wasn't able to hear what you guys were talking about.
Yeah, that's just what I want to check.
And Oust has been oust of the conversation.
Tonrex,
Doubloon.
for what?
Made a pun. Oust was oust of the conversation.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, give me a doubloon.
Yeah, get out of here.
Jeez Louise.
I don't have any to be given out.
So, Tonrex, as you see all this going on, you notice that the fire starts to die down at this point. Been burned brightly for a long time, and it's actually starting to die down. You see it starts to simmer down. You see the remains of a large chest in there.
Okay. Now that the embers are down, Tonix will try and lift it out and then put it up.
Okay, make a strength check.
Take it.
Strength check.
That is 16.
16, you managed to pull it more so out of the pit, and you notice that what was left of the wood, it's now almost petrified at this point, but the chest itself is iron banded, very well made, and you notice there's a lock on it.
I'm not aware that someone has found the key, so Tonrik attempts to like smash at the lock. Did you want an
Strength.
attack roll? Just strength?
Well, attack roll.
Well, if it's an attack roll, it's 27.
Okay, so you strike this lock that's still partially glowing, breaking it off.
Attempt to open it at that point.
Okay, you grab this lid and you slowly push up on these grated hinges now that have been seized through the fire. All the lubrication that has once been there is completely burned away, and you crack it open and you look inside and you see next week's session.
I already put my dice away.
That's right.
Figured as much.
Dog.
This one's defective.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on a second.
Beer?
Yeah, there's something
Need a
wrong
beer?
with it.
Oh, I'm good for now, but I'm going to go.
Is it that
Body
it's
break.
finished?
It's like it's got this like super evaporative condition.
I'll take another one, yeah.
Is that bottle empty?
Almost.
I didn't seriously mean to.
Fucking editor.
I would have done it if the freaking. Oh.
do it.
I don't know. I thought he wanted one too. It was my bad.
Do you want a beer?
No, I'm
You want a
good.
Coke?
No.
Want a half? We got
What the heck
beer
are
light.
those?
What's that?
Pineapple
I've seen the
mango.
mango cart, but I haven't seen the pineapple one.
I don't know. Miguel gave me those from work.
Oh. He looks like he would drink a fruit beer.
Look like he would drink a fruity man.
Nick, are we the only ones that work from home?
No,
Eric
said he
does.
does too.
Eric's
Eric
working.
does too now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't take a vehicle hoists
Yeah.
home with us.
There's no way
It's
for
not
you
so
guys
much
to do
that we can't have the vehicle hoist. We have no place to put the hazardous waste. You don't have to worry about
The motherfucking trash truck. Oh. I thought that's where you're going with.
my daughter was I guess she got in trouble during her Zoom class because the teacher had asked her something and she couldn't hear, and so the teacher said something like, "Allie, did you hear me?" She's like, "I can't hear because of the motherfucking trash truck." I
will
thought
not
it was
curse
pretty
about
damn
trash
funny.
Yeah, she keeps getting in trouble for being too smart.
Thank you for joining us once again on Roll the Hard 20 podcast. Remember, you can find us and subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, and iHeart Radio. And if you like what you're hearing, please leave us that 5-star review. You could also contact the show directly at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com or head on over to the website at rollthehard20podcast.com. And be sure to check out the galleries. We got a lot of really interesting stuff posted there. And finally, join us on our Patreon page at patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast. There are ways for you to help out the show and pick up swag. So until next session, keep your dice warm and your glass full as you roll those hard 20s.